Legal dictation. 5 seconds. Comments. Two central issues arise for our determination in this appeal as follows. 1. Whether an action under Section 7 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 20161 can be initiated by the financial creditor against a corporate person, being a corporate debtor, concerning guarantee offered by it in respect of a loan account of the principal borrower, who had committed default and is not a corporate person within the meaning of the code. 2. Whether an application under Section 7 of the Code filed after 3 years from the date of declaration of the loan account as non-performing asset 2, being the date of default, is not barred by limitation. The financial creditor then filed an application under Section 19 of the Recovery of Debts Due to Banks and Financial Institutions Act against the principal borrower before the Debt Recovery Tribunal 7 at Kolkata. During the pendency of the stated action initiated by the financial creditor, the principal borrower had repeatedly assured to pay the outstanding amount, but as that commitment remained unfulfilled, the financial creditor eventually wrote to the corporate debtor on 3/12/2018 in the form of a purported notice of payment under Section 4 Clause 1 of the Code. The corporate debtor replied to the said notice of demand void letter dated 8/12/2018 inter alia, clarifying that it was not the principal borrower nor owed any principal debt to the financial creditor and had not committed any default in repayment of the stated outstanding amount. This communication was sent without prejudice. The adjudicating authority held that the action had been initiated against the corporate debtor, being coextensively liable to repay the debt of the principal borrower, and having failed to do so despite the recall notice, became corporate. The appellant, feeling aggrieved, has approached this court by way of present appeal, reiterating the two preliminary objections referred to above. Issue notice confined to the aforesaid aspect, returnable in 4 weeks. It was decided that Section 60 may be suitably amended to provide for the same NCLT to deal with the insolvency resolution or liquidation processes of the corporate debtor and its corporate guarantor. For this purpose, the term corporate guarantor will also be defined. As regards the second issue of application being barred by limitation, it is contended that this court had issued limited notice in the present appeal only to examine the question noted in the order dated 28/7/2020. Referring to the decisions relied upon by the appellant, it is urged that it was open to the financial creditor to maintain the application even after 3 years from the declaration of accounts as NPA because of the acknowledgement of debt including by the corporate debtor from time to time, and lastly on 8/12/2018, whereby it admitted the initial loan granted by the financial creditor in favor of the principal borrower and also of having provided collateral security to secure the liability of the principal borrower. It is further urged that there is no need to relegate the parties before the adjudicating authority on the question of limitation. It is not a mixed question of fact and law as contended, but on the facts discerned from the communication.